3D pumpkin time. You got your pieces cut out. We're going to do a little bit of zwampa with the flux. Real thin layer. We're just tinning right here and do it on all of them, fronts and backs. I like to tin before I edge bead because it's like priming before you paint and it makes for lovely edge beads. Whee! Nice and thin. Make sure you do all of the tops and the sides. You see here I did the sides too. Make sure you do those too. Okay, now we're going to edge bead. If you are new with edge beading or if you have trouble with it, there's an edge beading class in the community. It is free. Go take it. And of course, you can always ask me questions. Round and round we go. I use a metric crap ton of flux when I'm edge beading because gravity. It's going to flow down. Even if you're using paste or gel, as you heat it, it still is going to get liquidier and down your piece. Here we go, we're going around. You only want to edge bead like the whole outside edge of the pumpkin. Don't do that middle straight piece because that's just going to add bulk and we don't want it. All right. Doing a couple little fixes. Get our flow. And we're almost done. You see there's a little blanky spot there. This is how you fix that. Put a little blob on the side, not on top, on the side, and then come in with the tip of your iron from the edge like that. And that'll fill it in. Now we're even. Okay, here we go. You're going to take your little either tinned brass rod or your 12 gauge zinc coated steel and line her up. You can stick a ruler or a piece of wood or whatever you have that's like straight across the bottom to make sure that you're totally even on the bottom. That's a smart thing to do. I didn't, but fortunately I had a good eye on it, so we're okay. If you don't get the stuff lined up on the bottom right, it's going to be like, ee-er. And you want to fill this in, just make it, pretty flat. You'll notice I stayed on a little longer there than I normally do for soldering, and that's because I wanted it to leak through. As you can see, it did, because we want to really encapsulate that rod. Okay, right now I'm using the Creator's angled jig thingamajigger, and I'm using both 60-degree angles. If you do not have one of these, you can use these foam blocks from Creators. You could have somebody, or if you know how to, cut wood, do two 60-degree angles. And when you put them together and you have that, put your little pumpkin thing in there, then you're making it at a 30-degree angle. And now I'm just tacking and the idea is that we're forming a V with our two pieces of glass. So you want to make sure that the corners of the edges of both pieces are together, forming a V like this. You want to do the second one as well, your second set. And you'll see in a minute too more so what I'm talking about with the V and how the edges meet. If you decide you'd like a Creator's Angle Master Jig or any of the tools and supplies you see me use in these videos, feel free to get them in my online shop. All right. This is the fun part. You want to get it lined up, and you see here, you want those to meet up like that so you have that nice V, and you want it to be as even as possible so you have it on both sides. This is the part, the fun part. This is where you're going to be like moving your head like to the left and half upside down to the right to make sure that you're lined up in the middle and you have both sides enough of the V exposed of foil. Kindly ignore my huge helmet. You can use a ruler again, or a piece of wood, or in this case I'm using their little block stop thingy here, or angle stop thingamajigger. These are all the technical terms. To line it up and get that bottom totally flat. The more precise you are from the word go, the easier the rest of it goes along. And now I'm just coming in from the side and I'm just putting a little bit in there. If you know for sure that you got it dead on, you can just run your whole solder line right away. If you're not 100% positive, just do a couple little tack points because you can rotate, back and forth. You have to throw it too. Otherwise it won't work. You can Rich it back and forth ever so slightly. Don't pull hard on it because you'll peel your foil up. But you can rich it back and forth a little bit to get it, just right if you need to. Now you want to set it upside down on a set of blocks and so you can attach your second side. If you want to, what you could do is use just a regular set of blocks or something high that you can set the whole thing on, and then use your angled blocks on top of the flat piece to rest your second set of little pumpkin louver thingers on top of. I didn't think of that until afterwards, but it would save a lot of those little micro movements and, make it easier to get it dead on straight if you want. It won't line up your angle perfectly, but it does help. And again, you can do tacks. If you're dead on positive that you got it perfect, you can run your full solder lines. Just remember to try not to stay on any one spot for too incredibly ridiculously long. You're using the chisel end, like just the very tippity tip, which you can see better here kind of through the glass when you're doing your solder lines in here. So you're not getting the greatest of heat distribution like you would from like your whole soldering iron tip. So you kind of have to leave it in longer and work a little bit more slowly than you normally would. So make sure you take lots of breaks because all of those individual pumpkin louver thingers are all coming right to the middle at that stem, which means when you're heating one, you're kind of heating them all. So it gets pretty hot pretty quickly. So just keep that in mind like as you go along. And now I'm just going in and continuing with my little fixes here and any of the spots that I had just tacked and not actually put full solder lines in. Almost done with that, and then we're moving on to the next step. As you can see, if you have to fix, just kind of push and hold, and voompa, 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 voompa. And you can kind of slide it up as you go. Voompa, 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 voompa. Okay, that's good. All right, now I have my little twirly whirly vine and I just stuck it in the top hole there. If you don't happen to have a hole left, you can just stick it on top, whatever you need to get it well attached. And you can put it wherever you want. Same thing with the leaf. Put it wherever it makes you feel happy. If you have 2 leaves because you felt like it, or 3 leaves, whatever makes you feel freaking happy, do that. Just make sure that you're very well attached on at least 2 different areas. You can see that mine is sitting on top of 2 of the little side louver thingamajiggers. And I do come up from underneath there and connect the edge bead of that leaf to the edge bead of the pumpkin as well. So you just want it to be like super secure. How many leaves you have or where you stick them is entirely up to what makes you feel happy. I'm just going to come in and fix some edge beads that I screwed up a little bit in the process here. And you want to go in then and basically just fix this top. Make whatever portion you're going to see here, everybody kind of melt together and look nice. That you don't have like a whole bunch of little blobs hanging out. You're probably going to have to use extra flux in these areas too, because again, gravity, it's going to be sliding down all over the place. And we're getting close to done here. Fixing last minute edge beads here. And you may have seen there's a couple of spots on some of my solder seams that are a little blobby yet. I'll let it cool and then come back and fix those up a little bit later. Be nice. If you have any Quick Clean or CJ's flux remover, you'll probably want to squirt a little bit of that up in its butthole on the bottom there, because you're not going to be able to get in there super well with anything for cleaning or waxing or anything like that. So do the best you can with the wax up in there as best you can with like a paintbrush or something, and then polish wax the rest of it and you'll be good to go. Quick last minute double check. Everybody's looking pretty good. I just got to fix those seams up, and if you got any questions, let me know. Peace, love, stained glass. Okay, bye.